Except I don't know. Cool. So you just got back from work.
Yes.
Okay. What are you grateful for right now?
What am I grateful for? That dinner was ready and I was able to eat before this meeting.
What a gift. So you have somebody who cares about you who did that.
Yes.
That's sweet. Yeah, I really like that post you put in Facebook about the walking on the path and everything.
I like that picture. So it just reminded me of just walking along a path real slowly and enjoying it.
Yeah, for sure, the path. But your words are, like I said, they seem poetic.
That was at 5:15 this morning, so I don't know.
You
I had wished I
awkward.
was going to be there instead of where I was going.
Huh. That's interesting. So how are things with how are you finding things with a couple, A, the goals you've created and developing a mindful practice with some of the things we've talked about around meals and around life in general, and also some of the things that I drop in the Facebook group, like what's most helpful for you right now?
I think mostly just slowing down, taking my time, not rushing. It helps reduce my anxiety, to not have to rush all the time and not rush through a meal and just slow down and enjoy now.
And you feel that that is more possible because of just thinking of the energy of other people doing it as well?
Yeah, just looking at mealtime as more of a pleasurable experience than something to just, get through it so that you can start something else.
Right. And maybe this seems redundant, but I'm curious with why has that happened more now as opposed to before you started doing this? Because I'm sure that you said you're a yoga teacher too, right?
Yes. I don't teach a lot now since I work.
Right. But you know some of the basic principles of taking time for yourself and resting and relaxing. And so, um, what's different from before you started doing this with us to now where you allow yourself to take time for you?
Because I think before I started this job, I did have more time. I was teaching yoga 3 times a week. I was working in the garden. Things were a little bit slower. Now I work 4 10-hour days, so I'm trying to fit a lot in each day, a lot to prepare for the next day because I get up at 5 and I get home around 6 or sometimes after. So it's a long day. I
Yeah.
don't have as much time I have to consciously slow down.
Yeah. Liz mentioned something to me this morning about how she's been taking with working a full-time job, the 9 to 5, and having kids,
Mm,
being able to slow down those moments that she does have. And so she's brought up rather than playing on her phone and scrolling on social media and stuff, waking up, and a big thing is before the kids get up and having time and just literally sitting there and looking out at the clouds and just allowing that peace to be.
yeah. You have to make it happen. You have to grab it.
Yeah, it's a choice, right? So we have
Hmm.
those moments of where um, we can choose to maybe it's like a distraction, focus on a distraction, or focus on the thing that's going to fill up your cup the most, right? Did you have thoughts when I mailed out that email about the mindful picnic?
Yeah, that sounds nice.
Okay, cool.
Saturday the 20th, right?
The 20th, Saturday the 20th, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. What was it at? Oh, because it was a Saturday, it was okay. Um, I guess I'm going over some housekeeping stuff here, and if anybody's watching the replay, it's not getting into stuff yet. But the other piece was with Ronnie, the green session this coming Sunday. It was a little it was difficult for Linda to get there Sunday at noon because of some obligations she has that she does on Sunday. And so I just brought up with Ronnie the potential of moving it out a couple hours later, if that would work for him and if that would work for you and Monica, um, in order to um, in order to do that with you and allow her maybe to get there too.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Um, so I'll ask Linda about a time, maybe doing it at 2 o'clock, maybe 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and seeing if that works for her and Monica, and then looking to do that so everybody can be there. All right. So we'll sit and we will ground ourselves. So I'll ground this in. I'll allow yourself to um, just sit. And if you can allow your eyes to close and begin feeling the sensations in your body, noticing any tension that is there with you and not labeling it as good or bad or right or wrong, but just noticing and noticing all the areas of your body, checking in with them quickly. And for any of those parts that are perhaps tired or sore, saying thank you to them for working so hard and thanking yourself for all that you do and all that you contribute to the world. And then focusing on a few particular parts of the body, bringing your awareness to your feet and thanking your feet for carrying you around all day from place to place. Gratitude for your feet. When your awareness is on them, you feel them, but you don't often consciously think of them throughout the day. They're doing their thing and doing the work for you. And then allowing your awareness to come up through your legs, your calves, your thighs, thanking your calves and your thighs for the work they've done for you today. And if there's tension in any of these areas, gently asking if that area can relax just a little bit. Bringing your awareness up to your pelvis, your hips, and thanking your pelvis and your hips for all of the work today. the core of you bending and twisting, all of the simple things that you don't pay attention to, getting in and out of the car, up and down from a chair, the energy and strength to stand up, the flexibility to twist one way or the other, that we all unknowingly maybe take for granted because it just happens with ease. And then moving up to the lower torso, the area just below the ribs and the diaphragm. Diaphragm that is the main muscle for breathing in the body. And the diaphragm does about 70 to 80% of the breathing workload. And knowing that it's there for you. And maybe pausing here for a minute. And with any breaths that were a bit more stressed out today, where the diaphragm didn't fully expand, and then the accessory muscles of the upper back and the neck, the chest had to work a little extra hard to breathe. Offering the Ho'oponopono prayer. And saying that to yourself, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And repeating it a couple more times in your head for yourself, for your body. And then if there is someone from the course of your day where you had frustration, maybe they made a mistake and it caused you additional work, or somebody missed something, somebody cut you off in traffic, or anything that's come up within today or the last week, anytime that you felt wronged. And imagine that person saying to you, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. One more time, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And then going back a little bit further in time, maybe there's something where somebody has caused frustration towards you. Maybe it was a year ago, maybe 5 years ago, maybe 10 years ago. And thinking of a situation that somebody did something, maybe inadvertently, that caused you additional energy or stress, and allowing yourself the Ho'oponopono prayer there as well. Just like with the diaphragm and just like with the person most recently, thinking about this person from a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, who might have caused some sort of frustration in your life. And just imagining them saying to you, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. One more time, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And then allowing yourself to go back even further if you can. If there's something that was frustrating from maybe long ago, any other situation in your life where somebody was or had done something that caused you frustration or anger, and thinking about that person or even that event. Maybe it wasn't a particular person. And hearing, perhaps if it's an event, the energy from the universe saying, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And then thinking about yourself and perhaps a time where you treated yourself with not the best of intentions, when the actions that you took caused you frustration later on. Perhaps you weren't mindful in that moment and made a decision out based on instinct rather than perhaps your own best interest. And imagining that previous self saying to you now, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And one more time, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And then bringing both of your hands up to your heart center and putting your hands over your heart. Allowing your hands to feel the energy behind your heart. Allowing yourself to feel the heartbeat if you can. And thinking toward your heart, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. One more time, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And listen to your heart. And your heart accepting that. Bring the tongue to the roof of your mouth for a moment. And bring your hands down to your lap. Feeling the space in the center of your head. Feeling the space in the entirety of your head. And feeling the space just around your head. Bringing your awareness back to your body, to your feet, your legs, your pelvis, your lower torso when we moved up to your heart center, your neck, your jaw, your head, the crown. And then open your eyes. Hi, Linda.
Hello. Hello. Hi, Cal.
Hey,
How'd you do jumping into the middle of that? Was that okay for you?
Yep, it was.
Awesome. So Kelly and I, just before we were going over a couple housekeeping things, so I wanted to bring up before I got going more so and left them behind. The picnic, it sounds like both of you guys are interested, so we'll do that on July 20th, Saturday. The Let's see, what was there? Oh, the green session. I spoke with Ronnie today, Linda, and if you're interested, Kelly said it would work for her to bump that out instead of noon till 1 or 2 in the afternoon in order to allow you to be there as well. Would that work for you?
Sure.
Okay. Would 1 or 2 work better or either or?
It doesn't matter.
Okay. I'll touch base with Monica and then get back to you guys. I'll send out an email about that.
Great.
And then did anybody have a chance to look at the Kriya that I posted? I know I posted it last night, so it was pretty quick. Or that I sent in the email in the post there.
Right. Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
what was it? The post on Facebook or email?
It was in an email. It was the where I put the link for this Zoom call. There was a link for a video on YouTube about a Kriya I did. And the music
Oh,
goes in and out a little bit on that. I'm still working on the music capabilities. But that's about a 30-minute exercise. And it's pretty basic. There's some different things about twisting and then back and forth and then side to side with a couple rests in between. And with those Kriyas in particular, the timing is different. So holding the position here and there, and I kind of I say a bit about that before it, but yeah, if you want
Okay.
give it a shot, I strongly recommend. So we'll do
Okay.
the picnic, the Kriya, and Lisa's recipes. Has anybody tried anything from Lisa yet?
no, I think I want
Where
to
were
make
they?
that chia pudding that was on, yeah, I'd like to try that.
Cool. What was that, Linda?
Where are they on Facebook or where were they?
Yeah, I posted those on Facebook, and then I put
Okay.
a spot where Lisa has those as part of a blog series too. And if you wanted to get monthly recipes, she sends one or two a month, then
Oh, okay.
she could email that to you every week, every 2 to 4 weeks if you want.
Perfect.
That's nice.
Yeah. Cool. So where are you guys at right now with questions? That I want to hear some things about feedback about how you're doing and where things are at, like struggles that you've had, victories that you've had.
Well, I've been, my 3 goals were to take 20 minutes for every meal, to eat more mindfully, to get rid of the sugar and the flour. And I forgot what else, 3 meals maybe. So I'm good with the morning meal. Everything is, I'm pretty okay. The lunch, that's a little bit more rushed. And then dinner is like catch as catch can around here. It's not a sit down kind of every single night thing that we do.
Right.
So that doesn't really happen. And then that tends to lead to, a little bit of this and a little bit of that until about 8 at night. And I don't like to eat that late.
Yeah.
That's just, even if it's just like hummus and some like flour free crackers or something, it's still, I just don't like it. So, but the sugar is good. It's, minimized down to like almost nothing. Same with the flour. Flour's not usually as big of an issue as the sugar. And well, 3 meals, there's always some snacking that goes on in between.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at.
Okay. And how about we
But I'm
mentioned
using
last time,
your,
Linda, the water?
yep, my water right here. And I also am doing that, writing down that little mantra, I recognize judgment, realize I am flexible as I proceed through life. I do that every morning.
You write that down. Nice.
Multiple times. Yep.
That's powerful. How does it feel to do that? And I guess what sort of, I imagine at least some, what sort of opposition comes up for you as you write that?
No real opposition. I did lean into it a lot, driving down and mostly driving down to Long Island last weekend
Okay.
and being there. And just, when you're involved with a whole bunch of people, like at a baby shower, that's not really looking like what a shower should look like or what I typically think a shower should look like and people should behave. I definitely leaned into it then. I just kind of under my breath. So
Good. That's awesome. Nice. And Kelly, yeah, so we're last week, I don't know, did you have a chance to look at the replay from last week?
I did, yes. Yeah.
Did you have any ideas that came up about, so when Linda and I spoke about like limiting beliefs and reframing things, did anything come up for you in particular that we could workshop right now to reframe a limiting belief or a story that is holding you back? From mindfulness, for mindfulness, because, I guess the way we talked about it last week when we come and sit down and, it's like we have all these things to do still, that what if we could deal with those things more in the moment, kind of let them go and not hold on to them so much. And then by the time we come to whatever it is, eat, take time for ourselves, nourish in whatever way, like we said last week, a sauna or anything, to allow that energy to be there rather than worrying so much about the external factors. So the mindfulness of being in the moment in order to let things go as you proceed. Did anything come up like that for you?
I'm not good at that only because when I come home and eat, I still know that I need to pack my lunch for the next day. I need to get my clothes ready,
Okay.
wash my face. I mean, there's a set of things I do every night after dinner before I even relax. And so I'm working on that. One thing I did change over the last 2 weeks is we used to eat dinner in front of the TV. And we've done that since we've moved here for a couple years. So now we sit at the table and actually just have our meal. So that's a big change.
Yeah, so the connection broke up a little. It sounded like, did you say that you would eat dinner like watching TV or something like that first?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, either watching the news or looking at social media.
Yeah, the news, nice and relaxing right there, right?
Yeah, yeah, and it hasn't worked at all. So now we take our dinner time,
Awesome. That's
even if
incredible.
it's 15 minutes.
Yeah, any amount of time is powerful. And so to catch Linda up, I said before with Liz understanding the particulars about time and working 9 to 5er, having kids. She's been scrolling less on social media, and sometimes in the morning she'll get up before the kids. She likes to get up at least have a few minutes before the kids get up. And literally, she just started looking at the clouds. And it helps her just for 5 minutes, just connect um, with wholeness and feeling just that, okay, I have time for me before the day gets going.
Hmm.
So Kelly, when you just said that, I'm thinking a lot about the language that we use. And when it was about, you know, I think getting home, having time for yourself, you used the line, I'm not good at that.
Yet.
Yeah. You're not,
I'm
what did you say?
I'm
Yeah.
not good at that yet.
Yeah,
I'm
awesome.
working on that.
I'm not good at that yet. And then with the idea from last week, flipping that around, even if it seems unrealistic, putting it in the positive in a way that starts to allow that energy in. So, for an example, thinking and then writing, I have plenty of time, or there is plenty of time in the day to get all of the important things done. And journaling that, meditating on that too, maybe even for just 60 seconds in the morning. I know you have a pretty quick turnaround in the morning to get to things, but even 60 seconds, if you could allow yourself 60 seconds to just sit and meditate on that, there is plenty of time for all of the important things today. I have plenty of time for all of the important things today. I have plenty of time for all of the important things today. I have plenty of time for all of the important things today. And then that brings into the reticular activating system in the brain. Well, okay, wow, what are the most important things? And it starts thinking that way. And then subconsciously, we're going to recognize that, wow, that over there, that's one of the things I want to get done. And then some of the other things that are like more distractions, it's like, oh, I don't need to do that. Maybe I don't need to scroll on social media right now. Maybe I don't need to do that thing. And then when those things start to go away a little more, then in creating time for the important things. And even with a full schedule, noticing, have you ever heard where people would say noticing um, the sound between each sound that comes up? Like if there's an annoying, like a loud fire whistle, and it's like, oh, I can't even sleep, or it's so loud, it's driving me crazy. some kind of sound. Around here where I live in Oneonta, there's fireworks from one of the Dreams parks. They call it the All-Star Village here. There's another park. And they have fireworks once a week, about 9 o'clock when my girls are going to bed. And I would be like, oh dear, just dear, please, please let them sleep through this. And I could feel frustration. It can come up for me. So I started implementing that there and focusing on the silence between the big bomb crash of the firework. And then it takes the focus off of my irritation of the actual fireworks and I focus on the silence between them. And honestly, it just works. It's like where attention goes, energy flows. And when I focus on those frustrating things, allowing that to rule my world or focusing on the space between and starting to be. So just having those moments like that. Um, that brings up another idea that we put up was like a silent dinner. Maybe that's not as big for you guys, but for certainly here with kids, but for everybody, if you've ever been to Kripalu in Massachusetts, they'll have a silent breakfast. And Omega does that too down in, is it in Rhinebeck, but
Yeah, right back.
a silent breakfast to gather our thoughts and just be. Okay. Do you guys have, can you grab, maybe if it's close by, um, or not too difficult, a glass of water?
Yeah, I have a glass.
Okay. Is it full?
It's not full. You want me to fill it?
Well, maybe like half full would be good. It doesn't need to be like overflowing.
Okay, I'll grab a little bit more.
Yeah.
That is a calming color you have in the background, Linda. It's like a greenish gray.
It's actually tan.
Oh, that's interesting. I thought
Yeah.
my
It looks
background.
much nicer on the screen. It's probably the same color as yours. Pretty close.
How is this not possible, Linda?
I no idea.
Okay. So then you have the glass in front of you, or like right, yeah, it's like best to have it right in front of you. And maybe having, so I have a bottle right here, and this water is not dirty. I have turmeric in here. I was gonna put this in Facebook too. Turmeric, cloves, and cinnamon that I put in. I drink one of these every day with that in there.
Hmm.
And so having the water right in front of you and just having your cup, your glass right in front of you with the water, looking down at it, noticing it, just bringing your awareness to it, how it maybe moving it a little back and forth, left to right. And then thinking about the water, thinking that we are what, 70, 75% water.
Mhm.
The world is 70 to 75% water. When we drink water, we nourish ourselves. Therefore, we nourish our bodies, ourselves. And beginning to think about the intention of the water. When we usually drink water, is it quick? Is it rapid just to get it in us? Or do we savor the fact that it is sustaining life. And looking at the water and thinking about the fact that we can go a while without it, but that we always need it to come back to us, to fill us up, to help cleanse our body. On the way out, it takes toxins, whether through sweating or any other way. Water cleans our body. And perhaps feeling gratitude for that water. Thinking about the miracle that of what it is and what it does for us. With that gratitude, thanking the water. And with thanking the water, infusing it with love, infusing it with gratitude, of course. But even more, some of my favorite elevated emotions, joy and freedom. How much joy, how much freedom water gives us to be able to live our lives and move and be fluid. When we are fully hydrated, how we move through life. When we are truly nourished, we've nourished our mind, our body, and our soul. We're not just like a rock with no water. We're not like the Tin Man on The Wizard of Oz. Because of water, we are fluid and we are flexible. And begin thinking about your own body and the fluidity or the lack of fluidity, and how it could be more fluid, how you could be more fluid in life, how you can maneuver, how you can flow through certain situations and navigate life when obstacles come up, when perhaps frustrations from other people. Thinking about how water moves around a rock going down a creek. It doesn't get frustrated that the rock is there. It just moves around it. And without holding on too much attention or emotion to that person, place, or thing, knowing that you can flow around any obstacle that is seemingly in your way. Because all that obstacle is a teacher to allow you to see differently and move around it, letting go without any attachment. Again, there is no right or wrong. It just is. And the awareness that you can have is up to you. Water doesn't think too much about it. It just does. It just is. And when we bring all kinds of those elevated emotions, love, joy, gratitude, freedom, kindness, curiosity, perhaps, the water takes on a different structure. And if we're moving through life frustrated and angry, and the water is near us, the water picks up that vibration and is, I guess I would use the term dysregulated. It's fractured. It can be viewed under a microscope that the water, the structure, the molecular structure of the water is different. So sending love and joy and gratitude and any other elevated emotions that ring true for you to the water Religions do it, like blessing the water. That's for a reason. Because it feeds us, it nourishes us at a cellular level. And when we nourish ourselves that way at a cellular level, everything else, at least to a large degree, takes care of itself. So taking a minute, what are a couple, let's hear you guys give a shout out loud for 3 elevated emotions that you would like to guide to the water, infuse into the water.
Flexibility.
Flexibility. I love it, Linda.
Laughter.
All right, there you go.
And peace.
Awesome. Great to round it out. Flexibility, laughter, and peace. How about you, Kelly?
I say clearness
Okay.
and stillness
Mhm.
and fluidity.
Awesome. Clearness, stillness, and fluidity. And flexibility, laughter, and peace. And start guiding those to the water. Look at the water. Guiding that intention, those intentions to the water. And then keep looking at it and guiding those intentions to the water, or you can close your eyes and just feel it between your hands. Flexibility, laughter, peace. Feeling that energy maybe move through your palms to into the water. Feeling the water transform its molecular structure. That's the way it works. Just imagining at least the structure of the water changing. All of a sudden you can feel it's happy water. And you can feel that happy water, imagining it, what it will do for your body. Just like smiling releases dopamine, and then the dopamine increases our ability and sends a signal to smile more. And it's a circular loop. Thinking about the happiness, the joy of the water. And thanking the water. And thinking about it nourishing you. And then allowing yourself to embrace that. Thinking about allowing that into your body, those same qualities coming into you as you drink the water. Think about that. The gratitude for the flexibility, the gratitude for the stillness, the clarity, the peace. And then slowly, ever so slowly, bringing the water closer up. On the way to drinking some of the water and feeling that energy into your body. Allowing yourself to embrace that because you deserve to feel that energy and feeling nourished as the water goes down through your neck, through your throat, down through the center of your chest. Being thankful. Just like our hearts and so many other things. We didn't have to create water. It's here for us. And especially in upstate New York, I mean, this is one of the most abundant places of water I can think of in the world. With all of the things with the rivers out west and the Colorado, all of where California uses so much water in LA, and people, the water that we have, the abundance of it, that it's here for us, for you. And then I'm going to post water in the Facebook group, just a picture of a glass of water. And then I would like to challenge you, the 30 part of the 30-day challenge, I would like to challenge you to write when you did that, when you do that, another time that you do that by yourself, either at home or at work, and then post it in the Facebook group when you did it and the elevated emotion you brought it to, or you brought to it. Um, and how that felt. And you don't have to do this. This is part of the 30-day challenge. If you would like to keep it to yourself, then do your thing. There's no pressure. But if you believe it would help you and you want to share that because you know it will help you actually do it, then at least I would love to hear about that. I would love to hear that. And I will post it myself to start it off. And I'll do that tomorrow. Maybe take 60 seconds, take 5 minutes, whatever you like, and go from there. Linda, before we kind of end up wrap, so you good with the chickens? How's things going?
Yeah, they're okay.
Okay.
I'm just watching them from here.
Yeah, I know. I watched the replay from last week and I could see you, and I just kind of kept babbling on. I was like, oh, the chicken's right.
I'm just afraid one of these times I'm going to look up and there's just going to be like a fox running off with one of them.
Oh, no. Right.
But it's so far so good.
Well, yeah, there are fox around here. They're beautiful. Okay,
Yes.
so do you guys have any questions before we wrap up? And any other particulars? If, as I always say, you can write me a message on Facebook. You can email me if you like, but write a message on Facebook or put anything in the Facebook group, post, make your own post,
Okay.
all that kind of stuff. Just be in touch and keep moving. Any struggles that come up with you, anything at all regarding mindfulness and energetic blocks of I got frustrated with this, and then I'll at least come in. Maybe Lisa will come in too and give a tip of what she does. And this is about transforming that energy. So the more you guys want from this, the more you interact, the more we'll help and guide some of the suggestions there. So it's up for you.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Namaste.
Namaste. I'll put this recording out there. And yeah, I hope you all have a great night. Did you have any other questions, Kelly? No?
No,
Okay.
no, it's been good. It's been a good way to decompress.
Awesome. Yeah, maybe take the recording. You listen to the water part at work. People are going to be like, what is going on over there? Nice.
Great.
All right. Have a great night, you guys. And I'll
Thank you.
talk with
Good
you later.
night.